Alright, what's up y'all, LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title of today's video, I returned to NBA 2K20 in a toxic post score and a legend lockdown pulled up on me, and we're on the stage 2v2 with this one, so I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you do, for to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff, and let's try this one to 800 likes. Now, as you can see by the team intros, Interior Force, Elite 1, and then we got the Legend, Perimeter Lockdown. It's just the typical stuff that you see on this game. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like it's what you're going to play 100% of the time that you load this up anymore, but you're going to see a lot of the double ISO, hop dunking, yada yada, whatever it may be. Now, you can see we're running a really different lineup. I got my finisher at the 1, small forward, and then Cook is running his power forward 3-level playmaker, which is a play sharp, essentially, at 6'7" at the big man spot. Now, do we do this by choice? Not entirely. It's a bit unfortunate that he lines up at the big man spot and I line up at the guard. Now, I will say, for scheme reasons and kind of exploiting the game, and I know it's kind of grimy to just say that on video, but to exploit the game a little bit, it is kind of toxic for me to be lining up at the 1 and Cook at the 2, where we can kind of force our mismatches off the inbound and force them to play our way. Now, you're going to see we didn't do it on the initial play right there, and then Cook is coming out here trying to do his best post-score impression as well and just bricks this post-fade off rip, and then it's their ball. So, essentially, what we run with this lineup, we're going to run a lot of inbound stuff where we're trying to get them by surprise, and we already know they're trying to switch it, so we already have our switch. So to further explain the offensive outlook when running this lineup, essentially with the big man on Cook, who is the guard, and me as the big man who's at the point guard spot, we already know if we give them the opportunity to switch this, where they're going to have their on-ball defender or the backcourt defender, so to say, switch on to Cook, and then the big man on to me, not only is it giving them the mismatch or the switchback that they want, but on top of that too, it makes the screens go awful. Now, you're going to see on this one right here, I'm actually setting pretty solid screens. It's facing the on-ball defender, but you're going to see throughout the course of the game so many times, it is so bad where the game has the arrows completely wrong, and they think that the big man is the on-ball defender, and they think that the guard is the backside defender, and you're going to see so many times where it's just got me facing the wrong way on screens. Now, again, what you're going to see a lot out of this lineup sometimes is when we don't have anything going for us, it's either going to be Cook trying to do some post-up game, me on some horrible rusty ISO. You're going to see I am just so bad at this game right now, it's not even funny. And a lot of people will talk about the slashing stuff as it takes no skill and anybody could do it, or all you have to do is run in and hold X. I promise you it's not as simple as that. I look so bad in this game as far as like me trying to ISO, and this is me trying to compare myself to what I would like to think was a very elite slasher. And hey man, I'll get back there eventually if we play this long enough. Also, if you guys like seeing the 2K20 content, feel free to drop a like. Let me know if you want to see more. This goes for all the content that you see in this game. Now, I'm not gonna be lying to you guys. There's a lot of BS that's going on in this game, and I've never been one to deem 2v2 as skill-based or anything like that. Not by no means do I sit here and talk about 2s as being a completely skill-based game that is super competitive by any means. I think this is just about entertainment or showing you guys playing a little bit different, some cool stuff like this. Now, this right here, I want to know what your guys' opinions are on this. So, essentially, what this is me doing is taking advantage of the fact that he is going to try and run up and play the passing lane, get near Cook as much as he can to get that switch off, and essentially he's hoping that I come all the way up here to where he can get the switch back to Cook, and the big man goes down for me. Now, I'm going to go ahead and camp the block right here, and you're going to see I take advantage of the fact that he is trying to run up as I run backwards. Then I'm holding LT to stop my player's movement, because as y'all know, if you throw the lob as you're running like this, it's going to keep you running. There's no intermediate lobs. You either have to be standing or running, and it's very hard to get a running lob from like right here. You're going to have to pretty much be all the way out at the hash and just sprint in to get that running lob. Anyway, replay in full speed. Again, you're going to see I just simply backdoor. It's really, that's all it is, just a backdoor with a standing lob. Now, what makes that so toxic, so to say, is the fact that, like I said, the PG's lined up on me and the big man is lined up on Cook. We already know they're trying to get that switch off. Now, you're going to see a couple times we try and have Cook do a little in and out, and you'll see me do it a little bit as well, where we're trying to be able to get Cook wide open if the big man's going to drop too early. So as you can see, we still got a little pick and roll action when the off-ball stuff isn't working on the inbound, but most of what you're going to see, like I said in this gameplay, is going to be a lot of Cook try and keep the big man on him, me try and keep the point guard on me. Now, you're going to see these dudes do get the ball back eventually, and let me know what you think of this playstyle as far as if it requires any skill. I personally will be the first to tell you I don't think this playstyle requires much stick skill, but it does require a little bit of thinking. Now, does it require a lot of thinking? No, it's more of just strategy. Think of it as a good game plan for a basketball game from a coach, essentially. That's how I see it. Now you're going to see he's actually going to make a little bit of an adjustment for it, where, again, I've already hit him with this a couple times. He takes away the standing lob. Now I'm just going to come up and try and get it, but you're going to see I end up backdooring too off of this. Am I going to be completely honest with you? Is that expected or planned? is a bit random. We got a little bit lucky right there. Again, I haven't been on this game in literally like probably, I would say almost 8 months continuously or consistently. So it is a bit of a stretch for me to expect myself to be hooping like I used to, of being really crafty with the slashing stuff or really executing this style of offense perfectly. I didn't really show you guys this too often when I was playing this game actively because, again, I just wanted to kind of advocate for the most skilled type of play that I could show, to be completely honest with you. Now, here's where this video takes a turn, all right? So we start playing with our food a little bit. You know, it's just, we're trying to show out pretty much. We're like, oh, okay, this could be a pretty solid video. I mean, even though I was gassing that too, because honestly, this is some pretty bad gameplay. But you can see we even set this up perfectly. Cook was telling me he was going to run baseline. I was going to set him the screen to go to the opposite corner. Executed it perfectly. He just couldn't knock down the shot. I get the rebound, but then he's out of bounds and I pass it to him and we turn it over. Now, this is where you just cannot play with these post scores, bro. You cannot play with your food or take your possessions for granted. So you're going to see they're going to go ahead and just run their offense through this guy quite a bit. You're going to see I'm defending this really well, bumping him from the three-point line, getting some really good stops and clamping him up. Cook gets the passing lane just like that. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Now, this is where we get hit with the exact same style of the play that we were just doing, where this dude is going to backdoor me off inbound. Pass kind of glitches in past me. I really wasn't even playing up. You could see if you replay that, I was pretty much, my first step was going to the inside because I figured that he wouldn't have time to get a shot off. Now, that is a high IQ play by them. For them to think they could just get a regular jump shot off in 5 seconds, you'd be crazy to think that. Now, you can see right there, easy take for the post score, you know, 14% contested, but that's probably going in every single time. Easy standing layup. But you're going to see some crazy, crazy shots in this one, bro. I'm so serious. It reminded me of how crazy and toxic this 1v1 court used to be in this 2K20 stuff. And really, it's a miracle that I used to win 1v1 court games against these dudes. Honestly, bro, it's so crazy how hard it is to play as a slasher when you're going at a 7'3" big, and then how easy it is for them to go at you as a 6'9" big when you're trying to defend their post hooks or just post scoring in general. But you're going to see, bro, again, this dude's going to get the ball. I'm defending it really well. I unfortunately get the reach in. I probably shouldn't have gone for the reach right there. He only had 7 seconds on the shot clock, and I was kind of bumping him from 3. And for all I know, they probably didn't even get a single possession out of that if I didn't foul. So they end up with 14 again. It's going to take them a little bit of time to set this up, but you're going to see I unfortunately hedge way too far out. I should never, ever do that against a situation where it's a dude that hasn't proved his jump shot. They obviously got a big man who's been doing his thing, and for me to give him any takeover progress on top of that, toward that post-score takeover, is just not a good idea. So again, this dude's gonna get the ball from the three-point line. I'm trying to get my bumps in as soon as I can, because again, if he gets me in that post up from about right here or in, it's gonna be really hard for me to get these bumps right here, where essentially I'm getting clamps animations. I'm getting on-ball defender animations. This right here is more of the post-up stuff where I don't have post-move lockdown. I don't got moving truck or anything like that. Obviously, my build's a little bit undersized. His is super tall with the post takeover and obviously ridiculous close shot, badges, everything to do with it. Then obviously the legend is going to be pretty knocked down when it comes to the shooting. I mean, two-way sharps in general are already going to be knocked down. Then add the extra badges and et cetera, et cetera. That's going to be huge. Now, this right here is the crazy, crazy BS that you're going to see. I get the pull chair right there. I'm ending up on full red stamina right here. Now, this dude has 2 seconds left. I'm like, okay, jump. Boom, 87%. Slightly late. Hits the white contested post hook. Look at this right here. We're going to run this back in slow-mo. So, again, this is with about 2 seconds left in the shot clock. As soon as I see him turn that shoulder, I'm jumping. Simple. Boom. Slap him in the face. Simple as that. 87% contested, slightly late, makes it. This is what I was talking about too. You cannot play with your food when it comes to these post scores or anything like that, because not only did he just make that bucket right there, but it gives him crazy takeover progress as well for hitting shots like that. Luckily, he's only Elite 1. I think you needed to be Elite 2 for the takeover booster. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But again, now you can see 38, 39% contest right there. Another white on a double team on a post hook, just like that, post takeover. Now this is where things are going to get really tough to defend. So again, I got to really try and get my bumps in when it comes to that perimeter stuff. I'm trying to deny ball, but right there, you're going to see they're just going to force that handoff, make it happen every time. Cook is a really nice pluck right there. We end up scrambling for this super hard, and then they get the reach in right here. Great play by Cook, the double team right there. He gets the poke and everything. That was big time, because honestly, I don't know that we get another stop, to be completely real with you. And then boom, this dude just completely forgot about the offense where I was hitting him with this earlier, and this just caught him by surprise entirely. Now again, I think the reason that a lot of guards do this is the tendency of whoever they're defending. It's usually always a point guard. It's usually always someone who's trying to get the ball in their hands, and it doesn't matter if they're trying to force any switches or anything like that. And this guy is always just going to be sprinting back up to the wing. Now, this is where I will either do this. I'm going to fake in and then go out so I can get it in a very abrupt situation. Now, if I just run directly out to the three-point line, right? He's going to be able to hawk it. He's going to be able to do exactly what he's trying to do right here. You can see he's trying to run with me. If I run out directly, then he's just gonna be able to run right with me and be able to pick that pass off if Cook throws it right away. So everything that I always do is gonna lead to a cut in or a push in to start with, then bounce out. But if really he's gonna leave me just like this when I push in, then I'll just stay down here and boom, easy dunk. Now again, feel free to leave your feedback in the comments. Let me know what you think of this playstyle right here, because I will be the first to admit I think it's very exploitative and very cheese, to be completely honest with you, but it's common knowledge. It's not that hard to just watch the back door on a slasher, to be real with you. Now, obviously he did pretty well on that one where I got that really BS cut. That's complete garbage. And then obviously Cook had a really bad take in the paint. I had a really sloppy, horrible possession that I got a bucket on early in the game as well. There was a lot of BS in this game, but I wanted to show you guys this. I just think this type of gameplay is kind of entertaining to watch, but at the same time, I know I see a lot of dudes in the comments lately talking about LakerFan, the old head, LakerFan this, LakerFan that, as far as me not even being comp anymore or anything like that. I understand that, bro. I haven't played this game in 8 months, 9 months. I haven't played current gen in probably 5-6 months. I'm not coming in there expecting to be the greatest or anything like that, and I wouldn't expect you to think that I would expect that for myself either. And I sure hope you don't expect that from me either, but I will do my best to get back into this and really get the repetitions down when it comes to that slashing ISO stuff, because I do miss this a lot, man. I miss really just coming out here with 65 ball control, no pro dribble moves or anything like that, no ability to shoot jump shots at all, and just getting buckets regardless. Now, obviously, yes, the hop dunks, they became quite a bailout to some extent. I will say it's not as easy as people think to just slash in on a 7'3" big man who's camping paint on you, no matter what you have, whether it be fancy footwork, long athlete layup package, 99 driving dunk, 30 finishing badge, anything like that. It's not as easy as you think it is to just get buckets on tall dudes that are sitting paint with a slasher. I think a lot of people remember that. If you had a slasher yourself in this 2K20 stuff, you definitely know what it was like to hop on the 1v1 court against a post scorer, and those dudes will just lock you up so bad by just standing in the paint and holding up on their right stick. Whereas you can do exactly what I did in this video, get 90% contest on white post hooks, and it still goes in. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know it was very outside the box and very different than what you ever see me post when it came to this 2K20 stuff, but I just wanted to spice it up a little bit. And again, I'm not the greatest by any means. You can see I'm over here trying to hop dunk. There's nothing to be had right there. Cook's going to throw up another post fade, and I end up getting the rebound. But either way, I'm definitely very willing to get back into this game. It's just there's not a lot of content to be had, unfortunately, and you can see, I mean, this was the worst, bro. I was just looking horrible right here. End up getting some hop on the ball hand right there. This dude jumps. I get a really lucky take right there. I promise I will not look like this eventually if I stay on this game. Now, if y'all want to see more of this and you want me to get back in that repetition on this, feel free to drop a like. Let me know you want to see more in the comments. That's how I've approached all this content on 2K20 as I've made my return to the daily uploads. If you want to see more 2K content, whether it be next gen, current gen, 2K20, whatever it may be, you have to let it be known. There's only so much time that we can really hop on this 2K stuff, whether it be me, Cook, Kitchen, AK, Dope, whatever it may be, even some of my old boys, whatever the situation is. There's only so much time that we have to really hop on 2K as a collective group. So you got to let me know which one you're most interested in, and the views will show. Obviously, next gen is looking pretty bad. Current gen's looking pretty solid, and 2K20 is a little bit to be determined, if you ask me. I haven't seen a lot of the feedback when it comes to this stuff, so if you enjoy this and you want to see more of the throwback gameplay, I got you. But I promise you, I will become better at this game. I look complete trash right now. And really, we relied on situations like this where maybe our IQ took over a little bit more, or the exploitation. And really, at the end of the day, that's what 2v2 is. Now, me personally, I've always talked about how I don't think 2v2 should be make it take it. And you wouldn't see dudes like us who are cheesing this inbound like this really even be successful on this 2v2 stuff by the method that we're doing if it weren't make it take it. But at the end of the day, we're not here to talk about all this. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Let's try to get this one to 800 likes. Like I was saying, if you made it to the end of the video, put legend in the comments to show your support to me all the way through. On that, hope y'all enjoyed. Like I said, let it be known what you want to watch. Take it easy, man. Peace.